Hello, welcome to Discovering the World of Natural Health. I'm your host, Claiborne Holtzman. Today, December the 13th, we're broadcasting live at the facilities of WHIG TV. Just in case you didn't know which one you were watching. But no, it's exciting. It's exciting we're coming to Christmas, the Mass for Christ, that we are able to know and have within our reach something that's going to help emphasize what we've talked about in the last 4 weeks. We started talking about you are what you think. And as a man or woman thinketh in their heart, so are they. And we challenge you to be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor in love, the love you give, the love you receive. That's what it's all about. You're special, very special. And today I brought a lot of the store with me. And the reason being, this is Christmas, 13th, 25th, we're talking about 12 more days till Christmas. It's hard to believe. It's been a fast year. It's been a crazy year. But most of all, it's been a year where I have seen the power of God. I have seen that thinking you are what you think, you are what you become, you are what you let yourself be. And with that in mind, we're going to talk about some of these items I have on the desk here and beside me, and they're important. For your information, this is a Christmas pillow that's available at Remedy This. And not only that, there is a wall of pillows as you come in to Remedy This Naturally, the contract post office. And it was booming when I left there, come to here to the station today. And trying to meet the needs of those who have something they need to get to someone. Get it done, folks, so it'll arrive. Because we already know that the USPS is kind of overloaded. They're sending their carriers out to deliver Amazon, so to speak. And so it's amazing when that person brings my stuff to my mailbox at what time of the day or night it may come. They're still trying to get it out to us, really are. So get you some stamps at Remedy This Naturally and mail those cards. Surprise folks. Going along with that, I want you to realize that there's another fabric item that is just really doggone pretty. This is what we call a bag holder. You got all those plastic bags that you're getting when you go to shopping at the various grocery store or wherever it may be, and you can just put in the plastic bag and you can fill it up in here, and then if you need one, you can pull it out the bottom or you can pull it out the top to be able to throw trash in. Or you want to send something to somebody else by plastic bag, that'll work. Now this is a hand towel. This is a matching set. And all of them are different. I didn't see but one like this one. I thought this was just really cool because I like the idea of the chicken, and it shows the wire cage that the chicken's in, but it makes me think of honey. So this is a hand towel, and what it does, well, this is just a display rack, but then here you just unbutton this little girl, boy, whatever it may be, that's a rooster or a chicken, but I'm going to take this here and we're going to open it up. Anyway, I'm not going to take it apart. But anyway, you take that and it'll fit on the handle of your cabinet, and then you can have that. Or if some of you have bars, then you can have the little hand towel right there when you use them for that purpose. But these really are attractive. So you've got the hand towel, you've got the bag holder, and they come as a set. And somebody want to know chicken and bag holder. Okay. And this is just $12. That's all. So come check that out. So I'm going to take this, put it back on here like this, and then I'll take this one and that way, and you've got, I'm going to drop it down a little bit. Isn't that cool? You can buy that at Remedy This Naturally, 1140 Benvenue Road. Oh, you won't know what the other item was? Was the deer. How much are deer pillows? $8. So there's a whole bunch of different, and then there's a selection of the hand towel and bag holder, and a selection of the different pillows. I just, there's one that maybe your great hunter would love to know that they can put this along with the mount and show it in the natural habitat. Okay, cool. I thought that's just really nice. Other things that remedy this naturally, and let's do the decorative thing first. Now this can become really a favorite real quick. Now if you'll look here, this is actually what's known as a herb pillow relief, and it's all natural pain relief here, and they come in different pictures as well. This one right here happens to have plaid, horseshoe, and horses, and that, if you can't see it, that's what you're looking at. And then in here, I'm just going to do this because this is just really, if it will let me, okay. And, oh man, you take this, put it in the microwave for about 2 or 3 minutes, and you can use it as a heating pad. If you need a little moisture with that heating pad, you can spray this lightly with water and then heat it up, and that will help give a moisture in the air for you when you're breathing on the pillow. So if you want to use it cold, then you put it in the freezer for about an hour and a half before you use it, and that will actually help take care of pain as well when you need to put coal on it. More convenient than a heating pad or rice pack, no wires, no mess. And the key is what's in here. These are all natural herbs. And as it heats up, I think it gives a little different aroma to it as well. In here, just listen carefully as to what the herbs are. One would be chamomile. And chamomile, I don't know if you know it or not, just very relaxing. It even helps with people that have insomnia. They can take and use chamomile. They tell me the people who harvest the chamomile and they're in these fields and doing it by hand, they said the people are just as lackadaisical. They're not lazy, they're getting the job done, but they're just mellowed out. Just feels so good because of the chamomile. You can do chamomile tea and enjoy that as well, and that would help be something that would relax you, maybe 30 minutes before bedtime, just to help you get your sleep. So chamomile is in this, plus we sell it loose and we sell it in tea bags at Remedy This Naturally. Cloves. Do you realize that cloves are for pain relief, and they are able to help with that? So cloves has a great benefit. Let's put it that way. Eucalyptus. If for some reason you are just stuffy and you're just all clogged up, so to speak, and you need some relief, eucalyptus is something that just opens up the world of right around you. And when you put it in here, that faint amount of eucalyptus in with the other herbs, cool. It does a great job. The other one is hops. Now, most of you, if I talk about hops, you would think about beer. And what does beer do to you? It kind of helps relax you. The hops is also for something that helps to mellow you out. You know, it does the same thing as chamomile does in the sense of insomnia. And it's also helps with nervousness. Is there just sometimes that within us there's just a shaky feeling? It just kind of is not right. Something's not right. So what do? We get hold of some hops, and you don't have to have it in the beverage. It's in the bag, and hops for insomnia and that nervousness. It takes the edge off of it. That's what's so cool about that. Lavender. Some people don't like lavender, but if you're one of the individuals that can use lavender, even by itself or within the pillow relief here, and that's a pillow relief. Okay, it's cool. So I like lavender. It just mellows, it'll mellow you out if you'll give it the opportunity. Lemongrass, pain relief, and something else that's really neat that really makes the lemongrass work within this pillow is that it has some unique benefit when it comes to headaches and helping to just kind of make them feel better. You know, just hug it. Lay it, take the pillow and put it on your head. Take the pillow and put it behind your neck. You know, and especially for the headache and for the relief. You know, if you get those cervicals going up from the back of the neck here down to the little bone there, just all 7 of them will love you for that. Mullein. Mullein, I don't know if you know it or not, but mullein just grows wild here in Rocky Mount in the area. I had one beautiful plant coming back up, and usually it takes it comes up, and then the following year it'll start blooming, have the little flowers on it. They're just as cute yellow flowers you've ever seen when it comes to the mullein. But the mullein, why is that so important now? Respiratory care is people are concerned about that. So what does it do? Mullein does with the lungs and sinus congestion. And that's why it's so important to have it in this pillow relief. Next, something I usually try to carry in my shirt pocket, but the worst thing that happens is it falls out. But I keep a little bottle of peppermint oil, and I keep a tofu oil. That tofu is just wonderful. If you don't have the pill and you get the tofu, just put a couple drops right in your hand, rub them together, cover over your nose and your mouth, breathe in deep, and it will just start opening up the head. Also, as a side note, we have people that purchase peppermint oil to run off squirrels to get them out of the attic, so to speak. So they put peppermint oil, and they also say it keeps mice away. So that would be one of the things you could use the peppermint oil for. So what I'm doing, I'm talking about each individual herb that's in this pillow relief, and I'm also talking about how it can be used individually to help meet a need that you don't need a pillow for, okay? So that's what I'm trying to get across to you, is the understanding that when God created Adam and Eve, he already had everything they needed to keep them living, never die. Never die. But they got this little crazy idea that they could do just as good as God, and they got caught with the clothes off and realized that it became a big issue. So it's there for us. Okay, peppermint, pain relief. Rosemary. Rosemary's very nice. Rosemary, I just like it. I like to be able to just go and just take my hand in the bush and walk by it and just rub it through there and just smell that aroma of rosemary. Rosemary is also very good for headaches and pain. You could take the pillow here that has the rosemary in it as one ingredient and just put it where that pain is, and it'll help with that. Skullcap. Skullcap has been one of the herbs that I have used over the years because it is something that does with nervousness and just helps to mellow you out. So skullcap. And it has natural grain in here, and the reason the grain is in here is so that when you put it in the microwave or you put it in the freezer or the refrigerator, that it will hold the cold or it will hold the heat, whichever you need. So it's a good way to use. Ingredients listed and their use is of a historical nature. When you're looking, I'm talking about this and I'm sharing right from the information on the pillow sheet that's in there, the information about how this works. One, I'm giving personal testimony from myself or someone else that has had this and used this. It's not prescribing or diagnosing, but what it's doing is making available to you and whomever that God's pharmacy is a benefit to us, has been for thousands of years, and now we've put it together and say, hey, look, these items put together, and this is a kind of a formula that we have used over the years and made it possible for us to be able to say that we get results from, and therefore people say this is what they learned from using this pillow relief. So I'm going to close it back up, keep all that beautiful aroma inside this plastic bag, but I wanted you to know, yes, to know is to get freedom, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness in being able to have this available for yourself. So, pillow relief, that's what we talked about. Okay, you want me to do the other things that are there? All right. The other thing we talked about was the pillow. Now, this is just a regular throw pillow with beauty and love from whomever gives it to each other. That's what that's for. Then we've got good old bag holder and towel. And this one here has the chickens and the rooster for your benefit. And then we came to this here little baby right here called a pillow relief. And I went through the herbs with you as to what they will do for you. The other thing is that there are a selection of books at Remedy This Naturally. Now, do you realize that, and this is the follow-up after the pillow, and the reason being the pillow is aromatic, okay? Aroma has benefits. So what I want you to do is to get the opportunity to realize that Aromatherapy is for everybody. And that can be in the air, that could be in the pillow, wherever it may be. You can ask yourself when it comes to aromatherapy, are you suffering from something that is an issue of acne, anxiety, depression, muscle aches, respiratory pain, or insomnia? Now, did you realize that the things that were on the back of the book that I'm reading that talks about aromatherapy for everyone are a continuation of bringing in what's going on in the aroma in the bag that's there for you, that you can purchase at Remedy This Naturally. And then you take the thing here that I just read to you, and you think about the herbs and what they will do for you, and it says in the book, are you suffering? So it doesn't have to be something that we suffer for. So are you suffering from troublesome issues? Things that are kind of a pain or irritant, and acne, anxiety, depression, muscle aches, respiratory problems, or insomnia. So the pillow addresses a lot of that, and you can try it. Or just basically, do you want something to make the air smell good in your home? How many have got this little can in the house, they go, shh, shh, especially in the bathroom, or if you're cooking something in the kitchen. Collards are great, but they really kind of mess up the aromatherapy in the kitchen. So you got to cook them outdoors or find something to eat that other than the exhaust fan. So are you looking for an air freshener? Something that's antibacterial spray? Or after sun tonic without all those chemical additives? Whatever the matter at hand may be, there is a good choice. I would say probably more of a good chance that aromatherapy can offer you a natural way to meet your need. Aromatherapy for everyone provides easy to understand information on how to choose and use essential oils that are right for you. Aha. So that was usually the question. How do I know what essential oil I should use? How do I know what essential oil can be beneficial to me? And how do I know which essential oil in aromatherapy is going to do something for me and help me? And in here, the little cover says back here, everyone provides easy to understand information on how to choose and use the essential oils that are right for you. Kind of interesting, wouldn't you think? This edition began by discussing the foundations of aromatherapy, touching upon the history and the practice and how this form of aromatherapy works. It then introduces the reader to aroma families and explains how to build an aromatherapy starter kit, basic aromatherapy recipes and application methods, and how to protect and store essential oils. It also provides an all-new handy reference guide that matches problems or needs to essential oils that may be applied to them. Finally, it presents individual entities of 59 different essential oils, describing their origins, listing their therapeutic benefits, and recommending ways to use them. pretty good, wouldn't you say? Aromatherapy for everyone puts the world of essential oils at your fingertips and includes full color photos, fun facts, and will educate and delight. Whether you want to take control of your health and well-being or simply create a unique scent of your living space, this book can show you how to do so naturally and effectively. Been around for a long time. The author here has been around since 1970. And so it's a good book for you to use. Kind of interesting, isn't it? How all these things work. Got over here, I got a little gift box. Hold your attention. It's kind of like a commercial. Just a generic white box. Open it up. Ha ha, Lord have mercy. There is within this box a cute little box, and these come in different colors. And it says on top, spices. So we've got a box of spices inside of a box. Are you getting the idea of what's going to happen? This and this go together. Put it together. Put some wrapping paper on it, and you got a Christmas present. Now, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to do that? One, open up and look inside. Cool as can be. Cool. And in here, it says cayenne, sea salt, black pepper, ginger, cloves, cinnamon, paprika, crushed pepper, and onion powder. It's a little slice box. How many of you have a camper or go camping and you need your spices to go along with you? How many of you just need something in the kitchen and all you have to do is just take one of these little boxes out here. Okay, here we go. And that looks pretty. That is cloves. I'm not going to open them, but I mean, you got right here at your fingertips the herbs you need in the box you need, and it has a little opening right here so you can actually see what they look like. So if you use any of these, and it may be a good chance for you to like this because it will help you to make another choice. And maybe try out a herb that you have not. I mean, cinnamon, I can always come up with something. That black pepper, everything needs black pepper on it. Onion powder, great tasting. You can just sprinkle it on if you need to. Sea salt. Salt that comes from the sea and has not been adulterated is a good way to go. Cayenne, I love it. I even brought this bottle that says cayenne on it. And cayenne pepper has been used as a food and by tradition herbalist for thousands of years. The hot and spicy taste of cayenne pepper is primarily due to a component known as capsicum. Modern scientists' studies have indicated that consumption of capsicum may help support cardiovascular and digestive functions. You saw this right here, right? We got this, spices, close it back up, put it in the white box, close it back up again, get your wrapping paper out, or I'll put a bow on it without wrapping paper, and you can pick that up and remedy this naturally, okay? But cayenne pepper, otherwise known as capsicum, and just to tell you, listen to this carefully, and we can do this with every herb. And I'll say, you're right there. What kind of action does cayenne or capsicum have? I mean, it's the fruit we use of the capsicum. It's antibacterial. It's anticatarrhal, antiemetic, antimicrobial. It's an antiseptic, antispasmodic. It is aperitif, aromatic, it's as aromatic, astringent. It's a blood thinner, cardiovascular tonic, carminative. It's a condiment, diaphobic, digestive, hemostatic, hypertensive, stimulant, stomach ache, general tonic, vulnerary. The hot, bitter taste of the fruit from the cayenne pepper plant was first introduced to Europe with the return of Christopher Columbus from the New World in 19. The New World, how about in 1493? Its name comes from the Greek word to bite. Capsicum has been aptly described as the plant that bites back. I can understand that one because sometimes it will get you. Although cayenne was probably cultivated for hundreds, even thousands of years in the tropical Americas, Africa, India, and other areas of the world with a climate change, Columbus seems to have been the first Westerner to have conscious note of food flavored with the pungent herb. Now, for your information, and I'll spend a little bit on the cayenne, the North American Cherokee Indians use cayenne for its stimulating properties. The Navajo used it as a means of weaning children. I can see that one. For many centuries, cayenne has been used as an Ayurvedic medicine. Capsicum boosts the production of hypochloric acid. That was the stomach acid that helps break down our food, and increases the ability to digest and absorb nutrients. It is commonly used as a carrier and a catalyst in herbal combinations. To increase absorption and effectiveness of medicinal herbs, topical creams or ointments made with capsicum are helpful to alleviate the suffering associated with osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. Although capsicum has an active, pungent principle, the irritant effect only the nerve endings of central nervous and has little effect on capillaries and blood vessels. Those suffering from osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis have found pain relief using a rub-on cream made with capsicum. The most important and prominent compound in capsicum for use with arthritis. Rub capsicum extract over the affected area and the affected joint, and then wrap with a cotton flannel cloth for overnight. And just for your information, somebody may need this, so I'm going to pass it along. Capsicum is useful in arresting a hemorrhaging, internal and external, and cleansing and helps heal wounds. It may be used as a poultice for inflammation, while the burning sensation it causes may be quite strong. There is usually no reddening or blistering. It helps with toothaches, and when used with plantain, it can draw out foreign particles embedded in the skin, like thorns and slivers. Sprinkle in your socks. It keeps feet warm if prone to cold and may prevent frostbite. For use of shingles, internal and tropical application can bring tremendous relief. And it goes on. There's more stuff about that, what it does. And then there is a uses for cayenne. Just want you to know that just one of the things. A whole company, Nature Sunshine, was started with the basis of one product, and that was cayenne or capsicum. That's how it got started. Okay. If we need to come back to that, we can. But just remember, there's other things you can have. This right here is beet juice. No sugar added, good source of potassium, gluten-free, vegan. And fruit juice, beets. Beets is good for those that lose blood, help build blood. This here, if you see this or not, but it says store use, and this is something we make available for our workers. They can come and they can take this when they feel like they need to, because it's immune system support and it's Silver Shield. This happens to be Silver Biotics, Health Max, and immune system support, Silver Supplement. Doctor recommended, scientifically tested, 30 parts per million Silver Soul technology. Pretty strong stuff. But it's also something that the body loves to help build its immune system. Silver Soul. This happens to be the 30 parts per million. This can be, this even goes for livestock, horses, cows, pets. Good stuff. And with that in mind, I'll look right here beside it, and I have Manuka honey. Honey of any source or flower that it comes from, I am a friend of it. I love it. The darker the honey, the more antioxidant it has. And what makes the Manuka so good, they've actually got this stuff certified as medical grade. And gastrointestinal support, medical grade 12, delivers, and this print here is so petite. Gastrointestinal support, oligosaccharides to maintain and promote beneficial probiotic activity, plus prebiotic function, antioxidant protection, gastrointestinal support directions. Take 1/2 teaspoon under the tongue 3 to 5 times daily before meals. Can be used with probiotics. Not suitable for children under 2 years of age. So, comes from New Zealand. I like a local honey as well, and we try to keep an ample supply of that as well. What else we got to talk to you about? Pure liquid honey inside, nothing artificial, honey, lemon, menthol, eucalyptus drops. You know, we talked about eucalyptus and how it just opens up the head. This right here is a good way to ingest that. So by using honey, lemon, menthol, eucalyptus drops, is nothing artificial, non-GMO. It has pure honey, eucalyptus, lemon, and menthol. Main 4 ingredients here. And these are called honeys, helping bees by creating substantial gardens. It's important. In the foothills of Italian Alps, the Ambrosoli family began making honeys in 1923. Today, nearly 100 years later, honeys are still the natural way to soothe your throat. Remedy this naturally. It's stocking stuffers, folks. Think about it. Okay. Yes, sir. And then also, this is originally the original ginger chews, and Prince of Peace ginger chews are an easy, convenient, and tasty way to enjoy ginger. Ginger is known for bringing comfort to the stomach. Our ginger chews have a delightful balance of sweet and spicy taste with a pleasant, chewy texture. Le Prince of Peace, bonbons, and I'm getting ready to start. Same thing I just read, it was in Spanish, so I'm leaving that one alone. Okay. Wow, what do you think about that for today? We still got a little ways to go in the program, but I'm excited about what we have available at Remedy This Naturally to help you have a better quality of life by using God's therapy and what He has to offer. And just as a reminder, we did spend a little time on the Maker's Diet, working with Jordan Rubin. The gentleman was down to 110 pounds, and life was slowly ticking off. And he learned that from these types of things. Jordan Rubin is on a mission from God to change the health of this nation. When I was first presented with the manuscript of this book, I couldn't put it down. I have been praying for more than a year that God would lead me to a health plan that was based on the Bible and tested by science. The Maker's Diet is just that. Dr. Charles Stanley, Senior Pastor, First Baptist Church, Atlanta, Georgia, founding president, In Touch Ministries. Give you another testimony. The Maker's Diet, Jordan Rubin's latest work, is the first book in the history of natural health that combines the timeless wisdom of the Bible with the best that science has developed. If you follow the stunning revelations offered by Jordan, the Maker's Diet, will change your life for the better. Peter R. Rosenthal, MD, PhD. It's available, folks. Oh, a lot of you know Dr. Joseph Mercola, New York Times best-selling author, founder of the Mercola Incorporated, the most visited natural health site, Mercola, Mercola. Jordan Rubin is one of the most insightful and dedicated healthcare professionals. We are blessed to have him with us today. He's passionate about using the high quality natural solutions as practical alternatives to expensive drugs and unnecessary surgeries. Believe me, he has done his homework. The Maker's Diet will provide you with a full range of solutions that will dramatically improve your health and well-being. It is a must-read for anyone serious about taking control of his or her own health. Joseph Mercola. We had remedied this naturally at 1140 Benvenue Road. You'll notice that just by what I brought here today and share with you outside of the facilities of 1140 Benvenue Road, that the idea is to wake you up to the understanding that you can find in Rocky Mountain some things that will be beneficial to you and helpful. You know, there are a lot of good reading. I wanted to kind of bring things out here on the 13th of December, 2021, for you to be able to know, if you're within the sound of my voice, you're within the distance that you can come to get the products, knowledge, and information. And again, I want to point out that right now, with the long lines at the post offices, not saying you won't get one at Remedy This naturally, because there has been one today, but you can come in and you can make it a dual purpose thing. You can look at what is offered to you in the health food store, in the cafe, and in the post office. 1140 Benvenue Road has contract post office inside of Remedy This Naturally. As soon as you walk in the door, turn left, and it will be there for your benefit. Take advantage of, just come on in. If nothing else, come in and get a book of stamps, Christmas preferably, and do something nice. Send somebody a card or a letter from you and letting them know that you're thinking about them. I have one person I know, and this is what they do, and it's the way they do it. After there has been a death in the family, they don't acknowledge anything by card or whatever. They may go to the funeral, whatever. But what they do is, normally after 10 days to a month, and somewhere along in there, they will send a card, letter of condolences to the family, to individuals of the family, letting them know that they're being thought about after the things have kind of settled down. In other words, and getting the ability for the people to know that when people have gone on about their business, there's someone there to help them through the times that are tough. So may I challenge you to come to Remedy This Naturally, get a book of stamps, and pick up a card or some note paper or envelope and send a greeting with love and wishes to the family, friend, or individual so they can realize. And that's important, very important. And how about this? You can even drop a postcard if you don't want to spend the 58 cents for the stamp. It's there for our doing. Get back to the basics. One of the reasons I went and brought about the pillow relief with the spices and the benefits of it in here is that it goes back and it helps me reminisce about the heating pad. Actually, some of my stuff was used a pan, put in kind of like a pot holder, and they got the beds warm that way before there was heat in the bedrooms. They were there. We have gotten so bent out of shape on things that have nothing to do with what our heart needs to do to bring back into a relationship with people. We've got to get away, especially during this Christmas season, blaming somebody else because of whatever you want to say it, whatever reason you want to say it, that we've got to get away from blaming, and we got to get away from accepting each other. Someone asked me once about something and why I did not criticize somebody. The bottom line was very simple. When I'm pointing at you, well, one, I got one pointing off to the side because it's got eat up. But what's coming back to me and what's going to you? I only have one responsibility, and that is to be nice and good and offer God's condolences and love to people who are in pain or who are trying to rob, steal, and destroy away from what God has to offer us. We can, we will, and God will. I've read the last chapter in the book, and I realize that God wins. And anybody else that tries to rob and steal and destroy, and just like Adam and Eve, they're going to get the butt kicked out of the garden of love and life because they're trying to maneuver and show how powerful we as human beings can be. At the same time, we're just killing ourselves. That's why I go with a natural approach. That's why I go with what God has to offer. You don't lose. It may be a crazy battle, but you don't lose. And I challenge us to take up that Christmas spirit and the meaning of Christmas. And we're trying to rob, steal, and destroy and water down the gospel. And what we're doing, we're stealing the next generation's hope and life. You're good, folks. You're special. Thank you for letting us be a part of your life, as we know it's very important to share. God bless. Enjoy the Christmas gifts you can pick up at Remedy This Naturally. And talk to you later, guys. I'm your host, Claiborne Holtzman.